thanks for hanging out with us here at WXYZ.com. I'm continuing the conversation with Dan Wetzel, the author of Death to the BCS. On the air, we didn't get a chance, Dan, to talk about the topic of the teams like Michigan State who have been bypassed by the BCS. We saw Michigan go to the Sugar Bowl, but MSU was not alone. I mean, there were tons of teams like them who got bypassed. How much of that do you think is playing into this change of philosophy?
I think it's a part of it because you have so many teams that feel like we don't have a fair system. And, you know, it used to be, hey, Boise State, it doesn't work for them, or it doesn't work for TCU. But what a lot of schools are realizing, it doesn't work for anyone unless you're a brand name. And what you have with the BCS is the Sugar Bowl is able to make its decision based on its business. They've outsourced their postseason to a bunch of people who don't really care about the regular season. They care about how big is our TV rating and how big is or how many people can we get in the stadium. It'd be like giving the baseball playoffs and saying, go ahead and pick your teams. Well, of course they're going to pick the Red Sox and the Yankees, even if the Devil Rays are really good. You're just not going to get that chance. So I think that's been an overall frustration. The beauty of a tournament is something that's a lot more arbitrary, like the NCAA basketball tournaments. If you're good enough, you qualify, you're in. And that's what I think schools like Michigan State need, because it takes decades to overcome the fact that they weren't popular, they weren't a great team 30 years ago. None of that has any bearing on whether they're a good team now, but it does in television ratings and things like that.
And we saw it play out with Michigan. Now, give me your thoughts on the bidding process, when this all might actually come to fruition, when a proposal has to be in place, because I think I've heard you say that ESPN has right of first bidding or right of first refusal, for lack of a better term.
What they're doing now is, in the fall, ESPN has an open window where they have exclusivity to bid on whether they want to keep whatever college football's postseason is going to be. So right now they have about the next 4 or 5 months. All the conferences will get together. They'll draw up their specific plan. They'll hash it out at some meetings and come up with one set way, and then they'll take it to ESPN and say, hey, here's how we're going to crown our champion for the next 4, 6 years, whatever. The current system, a playoff with semifinals, 8-team. You got conferences saying 16 teams. You got everything. And whatever they come up with, ESPN will then bid. If they make a right deal, it'll stay at ESPN. If not, it could go open to Fox or NBC or whatever. I think it'll probably end up staying with ESPN. They'll be very excited about a playoff. TV wants a playoff.
And also, just think about it, ESPN, who rarely gets a chance to show SEC for the most part, because CBS owns it, they're going to hop all over this because the SEC teams undoubtedly are going to be in there.
It'll be huge ratings. The ratings will be dramatically bigger, even for the semifinals. Most TV execs will say, if you just had a playoff right now, the semifinals will get a bigger rating than the finals currently does, the BCS championship game, because there's momentum into it. You're not sitting around for 45, 50 days going, oh, I forgot about that game. You know, oh, LSU, Alabama again. So the TV ratings have been dropping. The system just isn't really working right now. So we're going to have something new, it looks like.
And you called it. And I'll tell you, throughout these next couple of months, you want to pay attention to Dan on Yahoo Sports, and also follow him on Twitter, Dan Wetzel. If anything breaks on this, you know he's going to be one of the first guys to help spread the word. Thanks for coming in. As soon as I heard the news, I knew I wanted to talk to you, so I appreciate you coming in here.
Thanks for having me.
That's Dan Wetzel from Yahoo Sports.